Hi, I'm Nathan Das, owner of Halleck's Works Clock and Watch Repair, and inventor of the Das Escape 1, a new style of clock with a brand new escapement, a free swinging pendulum, and an easy to disassemble and maintain movement. We're going to go through some of these unique features. So what makes this clock so unique is how it's constructed, both using heritage and new invented ideas as far as its ability to run, to be disassembled, and how all the components integrate. To start with its disassembly, you would remove the escapement components and hands, as has already been done. Next is an old-fashioned style of assembly, the tapered pin. Easy to remove and also made in the shop. The back comes off with these tapered pins in seconds, revealing the majority of the mechanical components inside. The back, same. Halleck's Works, Das Escape 1, the model, Walter, and made in Paris, Ontario, Canada. Inside this clock, we have something that you would find in a ship, a capstan. This is actually the winding mechanism of the clock. You reach in behind the clock and wind this capstan, and it's very easy to do, and I'll be showing that in a clip. On the other side of the capstan, you will see the transition wheel, wooden click springs, and the ratchet and click assembly. This is how the clock is going to wind and run all with one component, all integrated together, simplifying the mechanism. Next we have the center wheel, the hour wheel, the third wheel, fourth wheel, and escapement pinion. The escapement bonding on the other side of the clock after the back. With one screw, it's very easy to remove, and the whole clock can come apart. All of these components are made in the shop. Next we have the dial. The dial is built like an old-fashioned clock, where one plate contains the majority of the mounting components and holds the clock together. This dial is specially made to balance the movement wood normally has with the decorative nature that you're going to see on the front. The way this is assembled increases the stability of the wood in itself. Wood normally is expanding and contracting and moving seasonally, daily. It depends on the moisture in the air. Wood is always moving. But when you build it into something like this, we can manage that expansion and contraction. There's movement possibilities down the center should things need to compress. On the outer ring, everything is tied together, very balanced, and so the entire clock can move minutely without changes in its shape. So all of these parts and more are what it takes to build the Das Escape 1. All of these aluminum parts, wood components, everything is machined in this shop. New woods and new dial designs are being produced. There is more to come, and it is a wonderful timekeeper. Another unique feature of the clock is the pendulum, with an easy-to-use hand for regulating the speed of the clock. Moving the hand allows the pendulum to go up or down, changing it to faster or slower. Another regulating feature on the clock is located at the back. After you hang the wall bracket as level as you can, this is the on-beat regulator, which would adjust the pendulum's location, regulating for on-beat. Inside the back, you see a little bit of brass. These are 6mm long tube bushings. as compared to most clocks, which have only 1.5 to 2 millimeter long bushings. This will increase the life of the clock significantly. One of the other features of this clock is the free swinging pendulum and new style of clock escapement, the Das Escape 1. This allows for the pendulum to have free swing, unlimited motion as it goes back and forth, versus a normal clock which has resting positions. As the pendulum moves to the left, it would receive an impulse and then a rest. And these typical rest periods have sliding friction with continuous contact between the lever, the pendulum, and the escapement wheel. With this clock, there's a disconnect between the pendulum and the lever. So the pendulum, when it swings left, has free swing to the left. When the pendulum swings right, it has free swing to the right. When it gets to the center, that's when it receives its impulsing energy to the left and to the right. With that ability, under the right conditions, we have self-starting. Because the clock can be regulated perfectly on beat, and with this new style of escapement, we can get that adjustment so fine that the clock will want to run and start its own pendulum again and again and again, as that escapement impulses without that sliding resistance. So the clock as a whole, from the dial and the front, we can see further efforts made in the stability of the product by carving out sections of the wood, making for raised numerals. As we carve material out, both in the center on the hub, the spokes, and in the chapters, we are creating less strength for the wood in expansion and contraction. The wood remains stable as the finish goes in to the newly exposed end grains, and as a whole, the wood becomes a much more stable and capable product. So the clock as a whole comes together and the dial forms its structure. When we look at this dial, you can see the main wheel in here running at its 2 speeds and the center wheel and the hour wheel as they come together. The unique feature of this clock is that we move the minute hand to the correct outer chapter time, while the hour hand follows up to the correct inner chapter ring. This is unique because in the 1600s and in the early 1700s, very early, 1710, and in the 1500s even, most clocks did not have minute counters. They only had quarter-hour counters. This clock encompasses both for the ease of using the hands and for the ease in setting the time individually. Instead of moving the minute hand around the clock again and again and again, with the hour hand following slowly behind, you can very quickly with this clock get the hands set to the right time, moving them into. So the Das Escape 1, an easy to maintain clock with the removal of the weight and the thumb screws, which would be underneath. The whole movement comes right off the wall for easy access and maintenance. When you get the clock for the first time, the plate lined up with one single stud in the wall can be screwed on with a level, nice and easy. The movement hangs in the locking bracketry. The weight box, which may be empty, requires a total weight of 10 to 12 pounds. And with the clock hung with a 65-inch drop, can run for 7 days. Once you hang the weight box, don't forget about the on-beat regulator at the top. This on-beat regulator will assist the clock in finding that perfect position where it wants to run. And it's just that simple. Setting the time, you move the hands to the correct position, to the correct chapter ring. And there you have the DAS Escape 1. I hope you enjoy the clock and gives you many years of maintenance-free, great timekeeping.